You see, Meghalaya State Resident Safety and Security Act. I presented this as a collective endeavor of the people of the state. It is not just the endeavor of the people who are in the government during that time. It was a collective involvement and the whole exhaustive engagement which culminated into this decision to come up with an act. Come up with an act which is comprehensive enough to deal with various issues, including the issues of maintaining the demography of the state. Let me put it that way. And when we enacted this act, when we presented the bill for consideration of the August House then, you look at everything has been done in such a way that you don't have this law to be challenged by anyone seeking any judicial intervention. Whenever we legislate, we have to always look at the legislative jurisdiction of the state legislature. And therefore, when we have enacted this law, we have looked at all the pros and cons, and we have ensured that everything that is mandated by the law, or for that matter at that point of time proposed to be mandated by law, is within the legislative jurisdiction of the state legislature. Therefore, you have seen the decision of the Honorable High Court. So that is how a lawmaker has to obviously present a bill for consideration of the August House. If you make a law and goes beyond our legislative jurisdiction, then we are making fun of ourselves. We are lawmakers, we must be knowing what is within our legislative jurisdiction and which goes beyond our legislative jurisdiction. That's why time and again I have said, implement this mandate of this very important law, Meghalaya Resident Safety and Security Act. And you look at the content of this principal act, it covers all, including the internal security aspects, including ensuring an environment of safe and secure state capital, district capital, environment of safe and secure state, that's the intent. And in addition to this, please remember one another important part. There is a provision where by virtue of that relevant section of that act, we have empowered the traditional institutions, which was not there by any law. Okay? You had one of the ruling by Honorable High Court. Therefore, there was always a question about the mandate by law legislated by state legislature or parliament in as far as the empowerment of the traditional concern. And today you have a law, Meghalaya Resident Safety and Security Act. This also takes cognizance of this important aspect of the role required to be played by state legislature, and therefore we have appropriately responded to this call of duty and we have empowered the traditional institution. And therefore you see the local authority, how both the state authority and the traditional institutions come together, sharing the responsibility of implementing the mandate of this law. So it's a vibrant, inclusive, comprehensive law where you don't only allow the state agencies, the state authorities like the district administration and only the police organization to implement all those mandates of the law. It is with the involvement of the people. It is with the involvement of our traditional institution, and that is the most important part. And that's why, as I speak today, I will urge upon the government to effectively implement this act and see how best we can really fulfill our purpose in creating that enabling environment of having a safe and secure state. And not only that, it also takes care of the issue of preserving the demography of the state, which is the most important component which can be achieved by appropriate implementation of this act.